I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. KyoKyo is here. Hi.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, everyone. I am your faithful dog leader, KyoKyo. I don't know where I came from. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know someone sat me down at a table and said stream, and I said, okay, bet.
and that's how it happened, and it's been going on ever since.
Yep.
So how long have you been streaming?
I have been streaming for almost a year now, actually. In the summer, it will be my 1 year anniversary.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Was it something that you figured you'd be doing it for a long time, or when you started, was it kind of on a lark?
I've always thought of being a VTuber because, like, I personally have a few, like, conditions and disorders which stop me from, like, being able to do normal jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like being able to sit at a screen and be anime. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Because I've always liked anime as well.
yeah, and it gets you kind of be able to get out there without getting out there, and be you without being you.
Yeah.
It really just kind of plays right into that. I mean, have you always wanted to be up on a stage and just weren't able to?
Yeah. I could never handle the attention because one of the disorders is social anxiety disorder, and I would probably explode if I was ever on a stage in real life.
Oh, I, even though I did radio for a long time and had, I don't know how many people listening at once, um, being on a stage at first really frightened me to death. I would not, my legs would lock up and I would just kind of stand there and wobble. I couldn't deal with that. But is that something that you were you found out about very early on, or was it an onset type
Oh,
thing?
I never had the courage to actually go onto the stage
Mm,
in real life. That's the thing. So I never had to deal with that,
mm.
but I imagine that would have happened.
Yeah, yeah. That's a that's a feeling too. Oh, I hope nobody has to go through that out there. That's a gets to be lonely and scared feeling if you end up having to do that. But um, thankfully I was able to push through it for the most part. But um, so does this something that carries on to uh, other types of things in life, or just getting up in front of people?
Uh, I mean, I'm not really sure. It's like really weird, the
Mm,
social anxiety disorder. Like I have friends and stuff, right?
mm-hmm.
And so I try to meet up with them, and even with my friends, it's like, ugh, I don't want to be here. I feel anxious,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I don't know why I was like that. I don't know why I'm like this.
It's not. I don't think weird. I think more just how you're built. It just
I'm just built different, chat.
yeah, you're just made differently. And I can you get kind of the skin crawl thing when there's too many people and you kind of want to hide.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can understand that. It gets to be too much sometimes, and you just want to just get away as much as you can. Um, with this though, has there been any time when you've been streaming that you've kind of felt that creep in a little bit once you get a few people in chat?
Not really. When it's behind a screen and I don't actually have to like see them,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that because I got a few months ago, I got a raid of about 100 people, and I didn't feel that at all.
Whoa. Well, I mean, I would faint first of all, something like that. But that's pretty cool. I mean, and did you kind of surprise yourself with that, or did you just kind of handle it?
I just kind of handled it.
Yeah.
Call me the handler. I handled it. I don't know.
Well, you never know until something happens how things are going to go. It's when you get a raid like that, when you got that raid, um, were you able to keep some of those folks over afterwards and make them turn them into your fans?
I think a few.
Yeah,
The thing about raids is that most of the time they're just like there for the other person and not you, but it's fine
yeah, it
because
is.
sometimes people stay.
It is. It is. It is. But it also gives you that chance to uh, to impress an audience, even if it's just for a flash second. Um,
Yeah.
Freebie advertising, and
Yeah.
hope they can stick around. Have you been able to draw an audience that you've expected, or has it gone better than you thought?
It's gone better than I originally thought it would
Mm.
because I am on the younger side of VTubers and I was like, oh my god, what if I attract creeps? What if they think I'm 8 years old?
Yeah.
And then like everything would come crashing down. But no, everything's fine. I've got mods, I've got viewers, everything's okay.
Yeah, it's funny these days for me to interview someone who calls himself on the younger side because um, when I first started this a little over a year ago, it was everybody was so young.
Ah,
Getting into it, well, next to me, everybody is young, uh, but there's more and more folks now in their 30s getting involved in it, and um, to me, that's just great. I mean, more people in there, more opportunities for good things to happen for the most part. I mean, some bad things too, but hopefully, hopefully good things. Have you been able to reach out and do any collaborations yet?
I have actually.
Mm.
I have. I have a lot of VTuber friends. I
Mm.
actually have a collab planned for later today as well,
Oh,
which is
cool,
fun.
excellent.
Yeah.
So were you reaching out or were they reaching out?
I was reaching out. I was reaching out. I did get reached out to a few days ago though, which I thought was nice. I was like, hee hee, someone wants to collab with me.
So that anxiety didn't really carry over to that then.
Yeah, it doesn't really carry over to like online. It's only when like I am physically with another person.
Mm, yeah, I can see that. It allows. It's just kind of this is kind of giving you the just that little extra boost of I wouldn't say courage so much as confidence, maybe.
Maybe. We'll never know.
Oh, I'm asking the question. I want to know.
Well, I don't know either, so have fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously it's you're more comfortable with it. And are you comfortable with where you are now as far as VTubing is concerned?
Mm, yeah.
Mm,
I'm pretty comfortable with it.
yeah.
I mean, I have like a small following, but it's like it's big enough for me where I'm like, okay, I'm happy.
Mm, yeah. And interacting with it is easy.
Yep.
Mm. And you don't have any problems with doing that and gaming at the same time, do you?
I don't because I can like I have I have two monitors, which makes it really easy to like look at chat and game at the same time.
Mm. Yeah, you went for the
So,
big
yeah.
quality stuff.
Oh no, I'm on a laptop, man. I just had a monitor from my first ever computer that I just put on my desk and set up so that I would have my laptop monitor and my other monitor.
Uh,
But I did recently get a PC that I might be setting up later.
mm. So it might be an improvement on that as far as that goes. As far
It
as
is right now sitting outside my room in a box.
yes, now you just have to get the wherewithal to put it together and have it ready to go.
It's actually pre-built, which I think is nice, and it was for a decent price as well.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Is how much of a improvement is it going to be? Do you think?
I have no idea because I wasn't the one who bought it. My dad was just like, "Hey, do you want a PC?" And I was like, "Sure." I barely know how to turn on a PC, but sure.
Well, you might be able to do little things more quicker anyway. Um,
Yeah.
that seems to be some of these games these days seem to have a problem using up all the computer space with some of the things you need to go on and stream, and you get a lot of lag time with it. Have you had any problems with that while you've been streaming?
I have had problems with stream lag recently.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I think it's just my computer saying, "Hey, this is a bit much.
Yeah,
Actually, what are you doing?"
we weren't built for this. It wasn't in the contract. Yeah, for a long, but still, my main computer is a broken laptop, um, broken screen laptop that I have plugged into a television.
Oh my God, I did the same thing because my first computer was a laptop. The monitor came like broken, and so that's
Oh,
where the monitor came from.
no, mine was broken supposedly by the cats.
Oh no.
I don't understand how, and my wife won't tell me.
This is why dogs are better.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I kind of have a feeling that it wasn't the cats.
Oh no, totally the cat. That's
Yes,
why dogs are better.
and and when I bring it up, my wife kind of stares at me from across the room like, "Don't bring it up." Okay,
Yeah.
okay, hon, it's the cats. Well, I hope she doesn't hear this because then I'll be in trouble. The So getting on and getting started, was it easy for you to turn the microphone on? Were you able to kind of settle in the control booth easily, or did it take a little while to get used to it?
It took a while to get used to it. Some of my past uh streams, I am not proud of those moments because I was so awkward. I did not know how to do anything.
Hmm.
It was weird, but now it's all good. I know how to I know how to control my VTuber model to where it looks like I'm moving while
Yeah.
I'm gaming. It's fine. Cuz like that's the most important part to me. It's like the model is always like the focus unless like you're gaming.
Mm,
Then like there's two focuses, but like we don't talk about that. That gets confusing.
yeah. Yeah. And being able to concentrate on two things at once, even if you do have the two screens, does take a little extra effort. And uh, do you find that interacting with chat while you're playing a game takes away from one or the other's experience, either dealing with chat or the game, or does it both come together?
I have it in a way that makes it like come together. It's like I'm able to like wait until something in the game happens
Hmm.
and like wait for that to end and then I read chat, you know?
Right, right. So you've developed a pretty good idea for when to yap and when not to yap.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yap control is very big among VTubers.
Yeah.
If you've got that mastered, then you're in pretty good shape. The
Yep, yep.
So when you've been able to come on and get into contact with other VTubers, um, did you just reach out and go like send a DM or something, or was it through Discord? How did you do that?
Uh I think the first time I ever interacted with one of my VTuber mutuals was actually like um I forget what it was, but Twitter was like breaking
Mm.
and they wanted to add me on Discord and I was like, "Sure." And then we got to chat and now we're like lifelong besties, which is great. But one of the times where I reached out, um it was actually through Twitch. I used to do these things where me and one mod would like go on Twitch mines, which
Ah.
was basically we would just false find small VTubers around my follow count and like interact with them
Mm.
and see if they would want to collab one day.
Mm.
And that's how I met another lifelong bestie. So that's great.
Yeah, yeah. That's a perfectly valid method to go around and that way everybody gets a boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So it seems to me like you really settled in pretty quickly and like a hand in glove type of thing. Once you got over the initial, you know, EBGBs about turning the microphone on, this seems to be right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you were. Are you surprised by that?
Not really, because I always, for some reason, I'm really good at public speaking,
Mm,
apparently, according to my past teachers.
yeah.
I don't believe that, but whatever. Um, but they said I was really good at public speaking and stuff, and I was like, okay, that's nice. How do I use this though?
when
And then when I started VTubing, I was like, oh, this is how I use it. Probably not how they wanted me to use it, but it's fine. It's fine. Who cares?
as long as you're able to apply it and use it the way, use it in some way to help you. I mean, if you just have the inability to go up on a stage, it's a pretty good stage to start with.
Yeah.
And so, how did you choose your model and avatar?
I'm gonna be so real. I have a picture of the first ever like design for my model. It
Hmm.
is so dookie. Um, I think I just went with the flow, man. I don't know because all of my model like people who have made models for me, I've had them change like little bits of it. Like for my first ever model,
Yeah.
um I had her change the pupils to X's. And then the next one, she like completely redesigned me, which I was like okay with because I was asking for a redesign because honestly I needed one.
Yeah.
It was it was bad. And then the third one, which is my current model, she changed the ponytails a little bit so that they were more detailed, and I was like, "That's cool,
Yeah.
yippee!"
You're one of those customers.
Yeah,
Just a little more to the left. A little more to the right. But it worked. I mean, are you really satisfied with the model you have now?
I am actually. I also made it like move myself. I rigged it myself
Cool.
with my friend Frixie to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. So this is definitely your project. I mean, in the end, you came up with it. You came up with the ideas, and you directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all you. I tell you what, another thing that's all you is the cover song that you did.
Oh
I
yeah.
I think it's wonderful. I think we're going to be playing it here in just a bit. It's called I Love It. Um, so for someone who has the disorder of not wanting to be, up on stage and stuff, have you always had the desire to sing though, to somebody?
Honestly, no.
Mm.
My mixer is either God or their like thing they use is God, but like, oh my God, it's my vocals were absolute like crap,
uh,
and then they just transformed it, and I was like so impressed because
yeah.
I cannot sing very well
Mm.
because I don't know, I just can't.
Mm.
Um, but she made it sound at least a little bit nicer.
Yeah. Oh, I think it sounds great, actually. It's called I Love It. We'll go ahead and play it right now and come back and talk a little more with it with our guest KyoKyo in just a moment. We are listening to Eric Loy Interviews, and this is I Love It.
System. Jag cry, jag det自分のダメスと同時一歩すっこないは恋可愛い好きになってしまったピュンピュンまたピュンピュン ン座ってピンピンまたピンピン使ってピンピンまたピンピンってやっちゃって繰り返すのピンピンまたピンピン座ってピンピンまたピンピン使ってなんと違うそれでも分析大好き鏡が大好き夢だから大好きみんな好きだから大好き君の性格大好きよくしないけど大好きどうぞもっと委託していいよ I love it 味のないキャロットおいしく頬張り I love it 自分のいない隙を見上げ幸せそうな旅ピンピン座ってピンピンまたピンピン使ってピンピンまたピンピンってやっちゃって繰り返すのピンピンまたピンピン座ってピンピンまたピンピン使ってどうでもいいよくないけど本当に大好き世界が大好き才能あるから大好き金持ってるから大好き君の全てが大好きそんな自分も大好きどうぞむちゃくちゃにしてほしいの I love it 味のスパイス苦いシロップのメトリ I love it ありのしない羽を広げようと落ちれたラビット花と信じていいかな泣き晴らした赤い目で偽の愛に読むその度に輝いし生まれてきてよかったと胸を張って言えないけどこの想いを伝えるために I love it 花と信じていいかな I love it 一生通わんゆさぎでいいの I love it 味のないキャロットおいしく頬張り味のない高いものを抱えながら I love it 味のスパイス苦いシロップのメトリ I love it 自分のいない席を見上げ幸せそうな旅
There you have it. It's called I Love It, and it's covered by KyoKyo, and we're listening to it here in Eric Loy Interviews. Despite everything you said, you did a great job with it. I think.
Yahoo!
And I think folks out there are going to agree with me, too. Why did you choose this song?
I've always been a really big fan of the person who made the song, Pinocchio P. It is originally a Vocaloid song.
Yeah.
And he is the person who got me into Vocaloid. And Vocaloid is kind of how I got into anime, which is how I got into VTubing.
Yeah. Man,
because there was a game on the DS, the 3DS, and it was Hatsune Miku Project Mirai.
Yeah.
And it was basically, you would go around with Miku and her friends, and you could interact with them and stuff. And then there was a rhythm game aspect. You could play the rhythm game, and that was really fun. And I was like, I don't know, 8. And I got hooked on it. That shit, I loved it so much. It was so good.
When's the first time you saw a Vocaloid?
I think the first time I ever saw a Vocaloid was even before the Project Mirai. I went to the Comic-Con in my area. I think I saw a Miku figure, but I'm honestly not sure. I can't remember if it was a dream or not, but I remember this one Miku figure. It was there.
Yeah.
I swear, officer, she was talking to me just now.
and it called your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my little 8-year-old brain might have recognized that, hey, this is the girl from the figure. I want this game. And my parents were trying to say, oh, but it's a rhythm game. You might not like it. I don't care. Buy me the game.
Yes. It has this in it. I want it now. When was the first time you saw a Vocaloid, of course, on YouTube or whatever, perform? And what went through your mind when you saw it?
I was like, okay, when I first saw them like off of the game, I was like, wait, they're not just chibis? Because it's like chibi form because it's the DS, it can't handle the full length
Right.
anime model. So I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I want to be like that one day, and here we are.
Yeah, yeah. It the whole technology behind it is really amazing, and I try to explain it to folks my age, and it's not very easy to do because we're all old and our hips hurt. But it's really tough to explain the technology. But to watch it even on a recording, to see the audience interact with it and the band play live behind it, uh, I would like to be there and see one just once. See what the overall effect is. If you got a chance to go to one of those, uh, how do you think you'd react?
I would probably also explode. Because another thing I have is autism,
Uh,
which is, it's fine. I can live with it somewhat.
yeah.
But the thing that gets me the most, other than people, loud noises. So
Ah.
there was an adult concert. It was in my city. I
Mm.
was like so excited, and then I realized it was a concert, and I was like, oh, I can't go there.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of heartbreaking in a way because you'd love to be there and then it would just beat you down at
Yeah.
the same time. So at least you can were you able to get an internet ticket and watch it over the internet, or was that available?
I have no idea.
Mm.
I'll just watch it when I feel like because the thing is with adult concerts, they're like, hey, you can't take pictures, you can't take videos. People take videos anyway.
Right.
I don't know why. It's kind of disrespectful, but I think I'll just watch those.
It's kind of disrespectful, but I'm all for it. Or I'll take advantage of it anyway.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. And it certainly doesn't hurt their sales any because they sell out everywhere. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know if we'll get to the point where there'll be so many that it won't be as special anymore, which would be kind of sad. But from what I understand, it's not something you can just turn on your PC and create either. It takes a little while to get all that together. What who is your favorite Vocaloid right now? Is it Miku?
Mm, I'm honestly not sure.
Mm,
I like them all.
yeah.
I can't choose one. You can't make me choose. They
Choose.
could hold me at gunpoint and say, choose a favorite Vocaloid, and I would be like, pull the trigger.
Absolutely not. It's not happening. Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and get it over with, but at least let me watch some Vocaloid first. uh, so how deep do you get into the Vocaloid stuff? Do you watch everything that comes out, or you strictly for the music?
I can't, like, I'm for the music. I also play the games as well. I have the Project Diva Megamix Plus on my computer. I have Project Sekai on my phone.
Mhm.
I am an addict. Um,
My name is KyoKyo, and I am a Vocaloid addict.
yep.
Well, at least you acknowledge it, but there's a lot of worse things to be addicted to. That's for sure. Um,
Yeah.
and it's obviously something that brings you uh, joy, and the more of that, the better. It doesn't hurt
I
anything.
am full of joy and whimsy.
Well, I mean, you have to be that way to go on and stream, don't you think? You have to be upbeat and kind of convey that to the audience.
I mean, some people make a living off of saying, hey guys, I'm depressed. Let's play Monster Hunter Wilds today.
They do, but again, during the stream, they don't act like it. They
Yeah.
just scream and curse when they die.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. So, what type of games are you playing when you're on stream?
Uh, I play a variety of different games.
You know?
I started off playing, like, first when I started streaming, I started off playing Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Minecraft and I played Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally got Steam to work, so I had like access to like almost like a bajillion games.
Right.
And my friends would buy me games as well, so I got into like stuff like Lethal Company, um, Stranova for a short time.
Mm.
I can't remember what else. My memory. Ah,
Oh, we've hit.
let me just open Steam
Yeah.
stealthily.
Yeah.
Totally not doing that.
Nope.
Um,
It's perfectly fine to use as reference.
Stardew Valley,
Oh yes.
Needy Streamer Overload, which I do not recommend for the
Mm.
week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do not recommend it for the week, people.
Oh.
I'm sorry. And then Cry of Fear, which I also don't recommend for the week
Oh my
because, oh my god,
gosh.
the
That's
amount of corpses you see, it's crazy.
you 3 games you mentioned in a row. The first one was Stardew Valley, and the last one was Cry of Fear.
Yeah,
That's about 180 degrees in several different directions.
yeah.
Well, Stardew Valley is a vice of mine. I have to stay away from it because otherwise I won't come back. I'll just be
Oh
sucked in.
no.
I really, seriously, I say this, people don't believe me. I have 30 save files.
30.
Yeah, because I've been playing it.
Don't worry, my mom was addicted to it when it first came out to the Switch.
Oh, I bet.
She had like everything done
Hmm.
in like under a day.
Wow.
And I was just like, Ma, what are you doing?
Wow.
Ma!
I'm impressed. My hat's off to your mom for that.
She would like play all day, and I was like, Mom, you need to eat. And she's like, Stardew Valley.
I,
Gotta feed these chickens.
yes, I gotta feed the chickens. I gotta shear the sheep. I've still got to do something on the island before I sit down. That's why I can't go back right now. I've got other things to do, like my job.
You have a life, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. It's so easy to get hooked into it and stay there. Because there's always something to do the next day, and you keep telling you, just one more day, just 2 more days. I gotta fish all day. That type of
A
thing.
few hundred more days.
Yes, a few hundred more days. I'll get through this spring. I'll be fine. And then it's daylight. And then you're like, oh, I have to go to work. Yes. But so you really are a variety gamer. I mean, you're all over the place with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one is your favorite genre, though? Do you have one?
I guess horror would be my favorite genre.
Ooh.
Because, like, I don't like getting scared, but when I get scared with my friends, it's funny.
Well, like Lethal Company. I mean,
Yeah.
doing it
I
by
have, like, Lethal Company, Content Warning, and Repo.
yeah.
So it's like, I have the three musketeers of that little section of gaming where it's just like, have stupid fun with your friends while monsters are trying to kill you.
You hear somebody screaming in the background, and you're like, yep, they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pick them up later. Keep going. We'll try not to find them for the moment, because that's where the monsters are. You find something like that with more than one person easy to do, or does it trigger anything when you play those games?
Once again, like, as long as it's not like they are physically right in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
everything's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I could, like, I don't know. It's pretty easy.
That's good. That's good to hear, because it something like that can take a lot of games off the shelf for you. I know I've interviewed folks who have trouble, for example, with anything that's got quick flashing lights, or anything that's first person they can't play because of issues with balance and that sort of thing. And VR is right out as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried VR yet?
Yeah, I actually have played VR chat on my streams before.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how to set it up a while ago. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I
I did.
put chat in the microwave.
Well, they
I
deserve it.
didn't expect the microwave to actually work, and then it started beeping at me, and I was like, "Oh,
Oops.
I'm so sorry, chat." I was also able to microwave a beer can in VR
Oh,
chat, which,
oh, that's
listen,
yeah.
listen, it was fun.
It was fun, I bet. But oh
It
my,
didn't explode, which is
oh
good.
yeah, yeah. I had a person one time at a radio station brought in stuff to bake a cake because they had a long shift, and then they realized we don't have an oven, we just have a microwave,
Oh,
and she was about ready to put the metal thing in the microwave. I'm like, no. It's like one of those slow motion things. No. Reached out to
yeah.
grab her hand before she hits the button. We don't want to burn down the radio station. Please don't do that. But she found other ways to break the station over time there. Uh,
Oh boy.
so, what are your goals for your channel? What do you want to do with it by the end of the year?
Uh, I was thinking of like reaching like 300
Mm-hmm.
before my 1 year anniversary,
Yeah,
but that's about it.
yeah. How close are you?
I have no idea. Hold on, I can check.
Yeah, let's see. Let's get an
Do-do-do-do-do.
update.
Do-do-do-do.
We'll go to our update desk and get an update right now.
Silly channel. I have 289 followers.
Oh, well, that's very close. Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah,
That won't be a
yeah.
problem. That won't be a problem. Now, um, we did play your music a little while ago. Off
Yep, yep.
the air, you mentioned that you have maybe one or two in the can or getting ready to do it. Are we going to see more and more songs from you?
Yep.
Good. I want to hear it because I really enjoyed this one. Can you divulge which ones they are yet?
One of them is a Vivinos song,
Mm,
which is like a Korean, but it's in Japanese. I don't know why they made it in Japanese. I think it was just for the aesthetic
okay.
of it.
All right.
And then another one, which is my favorite song right now, which is called Gradually Turning into a Dog.
Mm, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You could use that as a theme for the channel. Um, so is that in the works or have you started work on them yet?
I have started work on the Vivinos song.
Mm, how long does it take for you to put it together?
It takes me a while because it really depends on if I want to hire someone off of VGen to do it,
Yeah,
to do the mixing, or if I want to do the mixing myself.
yeah,
It'll take like a lot more time if I do it myself.
mm, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
does, it does. But there are a lot of folks. There are a lot of folks out there who can do it in a hurry, and I've interviewed some of them folks, and I'm jealous of their abilities. Just like I'm jealous of anybody who can sing and hit a note that they want to hit on purpose. I haven't been able
Yeah.
to do that since 1984. Once the voice changed, it was all over with.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, at least when I was a kid, I sang a lot, but I sang loud, so they put me out front. Doesn't really matter so much when you're a kid. They just take pictures and say, "Oh yeah, yeah, he's a real good singer," and then later on, when the voice changes and you sound like Barney Fife, and then they decide to take you back off the stage. It's pretty sad. But I tell you what, it's absolute pleasure talking with you, and I'm glad that you found something that you're enjoying and you're comfortable with, and it really does sound like it was built for you. And
Yeah.
I really hope that we are able to talk to you later this year and get some more of what's going on with behind the scenes with KyoKyo. We're gonna have the links in the description, and We're going to hear more music coming up from KyoKyo eventually here soon. So good. And folks, tune in and find out what's going on with KyoKyo. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.